Welcome back, people. Welcome to another week of Julia Loves You, the podcast where every installment is meant to remind you that you are loved here, there, and quite frankly, everywhere. I know, sometimes it's a rough world and it's hard to see that truth, but it is true, I promise you. This week, honestly, has been a pretty normal week, whatever that means. Work is working, shows are showing. I got a new company that I got to work with this week, which was very exciting. Next Stop Comedy. I did a show for them in La Pine, and let me tell you what, it turns out your girl loves to party in La Pine. I had such a good time, and I can't wait till I get the opportunity to come back. Tonight, you'll see that I put on makeup, I blue dried my hair, I have an outfit on that is not a sweatshirt, and that is because I do have a show tonight at Stars Cabaret in Bend, Oregon. I get to sling jokes on the pole, which honestly is the most talent that I have on a pole because pole dancing is very hard. I don't know if you've ever tried it, but it is not an easy sport. But I'm excited to head out for that show tonight. So I'm going to keep this podcast very simple this week. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, just like me and Sabrina Carpenter, right? So this week, we're going to go over some of my favorite affirmations. And I know not everybody is a fan of affirmations, and that's okay. Just understand that the reason that they exist is because they work for some people. I believe affirmations are the same as a lot of things in this world. They're true if you believe so, right? Things work as much as you believe they work. There is this placebo effect to things. So I like affirmations. And if you have ever read my book, Beauty is an Inside Job, then you know that this girl loves a good self-pep talk. Over the years, I have developed quite the affirmation ritual that I am going to share with you all now, okay? Now, these are the words that I've put together that work for me, but once I get done with this, I'll explain how you can put together the affirmations that work for you. So, it starts. I am love, and I get to love. I'm abundance, and I get to share abundance. I'm beauty, and I attract beauty. Hell yeah, I am. I'm creativity, and creativity flows through me and around me. I surrender, I trust, I release, I receive. I am love seeking love, and love is seeking me. The clients I am seeking are seeking me. I have no enemies. I see God in everybody. And you know what? Today is a good day to have a good day. Yeah. So that's my list of affirmations. Now, that last line is something I say multiple times a day to different people. Today is a good day to have a good day. I say it to my husband. I say it to my dog. I say it to my sister. I say it to my coworker because today is important because you're trading a day of your special time earthside for it. And every day has the potential to be magical and to move your life forward and to make somebody's day better and brighter. And I think that's one of the most amazing things about life. So remember, today is a good day. And if I was going to say the most important, but probably toughest affirmation on that list for me to say is I see God in everyone. I'm going to say it again because, like I said, it's the hardest one for me. I see God in everyone because intellectually and desperately in my heart, I do want that to be true. But there is, if I'm being honest, a part of me that creates an us and a them, that likes to make me different than other people, that creates a desire in me to quote unquote be better than other people, which is one of the reasons I like to remind myself every single day that if I consider myself a perfect manifestation of source energy, then I have to realize that every other human being is also that same perfect manifestation. I mean, regardless of if it's easy to see or not. And we need to remember that there's so much more that makes us the same than makes us different, Even the assholes that piss us off, right? They're still children of God, right? Namaste. Yeah, namaste. It's the hardest part for me, but I try. I'm really working on softening those judgments and beliefs. I think softening judgments and beliefs is going to be a lifelong journey for me. Luckily, being a comedian, I get to explore that. And sometimes people, quite frankly, encourage it. But yeah, I will say when I feel super stressed or overwhelmed, I'll often use a very simple affirmation in that long list. I trust, I release. I trust, I release. And I usually do this if I'm feeling overwhelmed, which can happen to me. Sometimes I get feelings of perfectionism or I need to be on top of everything. And the truth is you can't do everything perfectly. So what I do is I breathe in trust and I breathe out release, because the little control freak in me needs me to do that. It's a good way to remind myself that things usually go better when I simply release my grip just a little bit. Now, I know there are a million affirmations out there that people like to use, and I truly think all of them are valid if they resonate with you. But my tips for a good affirmation are this. Okay, tip number 1. Your affirmation should have feeling and action words embedded in it. Feelings and actions create change. What does not create change is magical thinking, like thinking your life is somehow going to become different without you actually doing the inner and outer work to make it happen. So that's my tip number 1. Tip number 2. Affirmations should feel slightly ambitious. They should feel like a slightly better version of yourself, something you want the older version of yourself to grow into. But that brings us to step 3. It needs to be worded like it's in the now. Don't put it in the future. Use present tense verbs, claim what you want, and claim it now. Yeah. So that's my tips to affirmations. Of course, there's a whole bunch more of them in my book, Beauty is an Inside Job, which you can get on Amazon or Barnes & Noble or wherever else you get your books. It's an ebook, it's all the things. And quite frankly, I would love to hear your affirmations. What has worked well for you? Drop me a note. You can always email me at julialovesyou@icloud.com. That's probably the best way to get in touch. I do respond to socials, text messages, when I can and when I'm working. So please do send me those affirmations. I might be able to take some of them and use them in my own life. So thank you in advance for sharing. And if you all want to catch up with me this week, like I said, I will be at Star Cabaret tonight for Early and Dirty, but you would have to get out of the house real quick to get to that show. I also have a show at Up Liquids on January 1st. And following that, I will be taking a little bit of a break from shows to focus on the Bend Winter Fest, which I am so excited for. It's going to be at the Old Mill President's Day / Valentine's Day weekend. It is the same weekend. We're going to have winter fun, ice carvers, this big rally, snow thing, DJs, light art, music on the main stage. In the Hayden Homes Amphitheater, which is so cool because they don't normally open it up in the winter. And we get to have 80s icon herself, Tiffany. And if you're an 80s baby like me, you understand just how wonderful that actually is. We're going to be doing 80s trivia before the show, and the trivia is actually going to benefit the Laid Out Foundations, so that's a great way to support local journalism if that's something you'd like to get involved in, or you can just come out and listen to the trivia and have a good time, because we are in a judgment-free zone here, and you get to enjoy the Bend Winterfest exactly the way you want to. So check it out online, OregonWinterfest.com. And finally, Pinups on Tour is headed back on the road in 2026 for a few tour stops with our new show, Salute to Comedy. It's more of a stand-up variety show, and I'm so excited to take it on the road in Colorado and Wyoming in March. Tickets, as always, are free for veterans, active duty, and we also are having free tickets for first responders. Just RSVP online, pinupsontour.com, and we will make sure you guys get taken care of. With that, I am so glad we had the chance to catch up. I'm Julia Reed Nichols reminding you, that you don't get to pick who shows up in your life, but you do get to pick to love them. Yeah, just like I'm picking to love each and every one of you. Till next time.